This thing on? Hey, I have a webcam now. I finally was able to bite the bullet, spend like $25 on a tripod as well as DroiCam OBS Pro. And yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be playing some Genshin Impact and doing a bunch of grinding for like the last few days. Oh, and I apologize for like my screen being big. I have a 32-inch flat screen TV, so it is going to put off a lot of light that I cannot control. So yeah, it's going to be a little excessive sometimes, especially when I swap between different apps. And yeah, a little bit of an idea of how I've got my setup going. I've got the camera to my right. Hi, hello guys. I've got my regular screen right front and center. That way I can still be somewhat, I can see my camera and my peripherals and be able to look at you guys easy. But if you guys see me glancing over to my left, I'm looking at pretty much the live chat, my stream, making sure my camera's all good. Slowly getting more used to doing live streaming, and now that I have a second monitor and a proper one, I was using my smartphone. Like what I'm currently using for my camera now, I was using that as a second screen, using Space Desk as the kind of screen extension app. So yeah, should be pretty good. Ooh, been waiting for this one. I am in desperate need of. That's new. Okay, we'll do that then. Change stream bloom. Neat. So I don't need that. I want to try and get 3 of each plant variety here. So redeem. Gotta go into Enos. But first, need to oh so wonderfully hop over here. And oh, Chris, you have no idea. Like 2.3? I saw that shit. I saw the live stream and saw the trailer. I was blown away. Like, considering how important Albedo could be in the overarching story, dude, 2.3 could be huge. I'll delve into the details of that. Yeah. Like, especially after doing his regular story quest. I wasn't fortunate enough to do the 1.2 event because I wasn't necessarily playing the game around then. But I was able to watch a video and kind of get the gist of what that event was about, and it's nothing really too special. I was kind of surprised with that Eula though. A little bit. Like, I'm surprised that they... I don't know. Eula does have some significance to the Dragonspine region. If you did her story quest, she had you train there to learn etiquette or learn how to be graceful with your movement. But like, I wasn't surprised, but at the same time I was. Like, let me think for a second. shit, I had a brain fart. But it's more surprising that MiHoYo would open up a second event, character event wish. But not surprising, because it isn't something that the player base has been asking for, but at the same time, we've wanted just more rerun opportunities. Especially like myself, I am in desperate need of a few certain characters. And currently, like, the next few characters that we could have reruns, including Albedo and Eula, those two, I'm probably going to be wishing on them day one. Maybe not Eula, but Albedo, definitely, because I just want to have him. I don't care if he's, like, meta or not, but he kind of is, especially with the Cinnabar Spindle. The Cinnabar Spindle is supposed to be a game-changing weapon. But, yeah, it's... Oh, we'll earn a lot of money with that double banner stuff, for sure. Definitely. It's not necessarily... With the double event banner, it's not necessarily going to be for your budget players or your free-to-play players. That's not what this new event is for. This second character event. That's definitely not. Is what it is for is definitely the high spenders that didn't miss out, or that were that missed out on the first go around of these reruns, or of these characters when they were first released, or for those who are new to the game who didn't have the opportunity to get these characters. I had the opportunity to get Eula, but I kind of decided to fall off the face of the earth on this game because, like, I just was not interested in version 1.5. It was a boring update. Worst update easily. Except for Zhongli story quest. That was pretty cool. Anyways, we need to figure out what I gotta do. That's right, I have to get a lot of more. Yeah, this 2.3 could be huge. I want to go through kind of what I think of 2.3 and what 2.3's story involving Albedo could, like, mean. And this will mirror a bunch of other content creators and theory crafters who have already done all this shit, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it myself. But 2.3
didn't keep you waiting, did I?
The event story could go one of multiple ways, and I think I'm gonna go here. We're gonna kind of mute the dialogue volume. We're gonna turn off dialogue. And I think we're gonna turn off music. I'm gonna turn on stream. Get some good vibes. But anyways. Fuck. Completely stumbling over what I need to do. It's gonna be loud. So 2.3, it could go multiple ways. If we end up getting a story quest just for Albedo, if we get an Albedo story quest, which wouldn't be like super surprising with it involving other 5-star characters like Eula, because we've seen it before with Jean's story quest. I think D-Luke was involved with the story, maybe Venti, but mainly D-Luke. I can't remember that much. It's been over at least 6 months since I've actively followed along with it. But where's this last guy? So here's what I think 2.3 could have in store for us. is that if it is like the actual the true albedo that is showcased in that one moment in the trailer, I am stumbling over my words. I apologize. I'm unable to keep a single train of thought because my mind's still fucking racing after witnessing that trailer. They're playing. Yeah. But get back on this train of thought. So, Albedo, if he ends up getting a second story quest similar to Zhongli, we could see the biggest event happen in Genshin Impact. This version could be just as big as version 1.4, you know, with the reunited quest line, and version 2.0 through 2.1. Those are like my three biggest updates in terms of story because they have such huge impact with the overall story. You can skip over the Mondstadt arc and the Liyue arc. You can basically get a generalized summary about what happened in those, and it would explain everything what happens in those updates. Where you have to go into detail with 1.4 and 2.0 through 2.1. But if we end up getting a story quest for Albedo, like, the events that happen in it could be literally game-changing. In every sense of the way. So, like, if Albedo does turn and does something bad in 2.3, we could see Dainsleif return. Because, like, in Albedo's Collected Miscellany, Dainsleif did mention that if something were to happen involving Albedo, he would not turn a blind eye to that. He's willing to let any other giant-ass fucking catastrophe happen. Literal wars wage on throughout multiple nations. But if Albedo turns, Dainsleif won't have any of that shit. He'll just be straight up, cut the crap, you're getting fixed now. So, it is just super interesting how it could all go down. I have to say that I hate when people get no content over. Tectone is a lot about it. 2.2 was one of the worst patches ever. Got the whole Surumi Island and some event. 2.2, it was a filler update. It wasn't the best. I would agree that it's among the worst updates, but even then the update was decent. It was decent. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Bashing on the game would kind of be a little counterintuitive. So, yeah, that's kind of my take on 2.2 and some other versions that are more of filler content rather than actual, like, story content. I'm playing this game because I love the story of it. I don't necessarily have fun when there's no story. When there's no story added into the game, and it's like, I don't care about these. This is just Freemo gems. Doing these are free mode gems, and I'll be doing them either maybe today on stream, doing a run through the hangout events that I haven't done yet. But when there's no significant story, especially to certain character stories that are intriguing, like say Venti, Albedo, Zhongli. Let's see. I'm trying to think of another 5-star character that's had a huge impact to the story. Let's see. Travelogue, right? Yeah. So like events, getting some story from like Venti, Mona, Albedo, maybe Child, but he's not as impactful. Zhongli's got a large impact on the story. Like, if we can get more story content, that would be great. But anyways, I haven't done any of the hangout event. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get back to what I kind of need to do. I wasn't expecting Kokomi to be so important. Her involvement in the main story quest, or really her lack of involvement in the Archon quest, kind of pointed towards oh shit, whatever. Don't care. Her lack of involvement in the main story kind of just pointed towards that her own story quest was not going to be the biggest one. It wasn't going to have any huge impact to the characters other than like the very end. It was very interesting, but that's like her overall influence on the story just wasn't big enough to have that good of a story quest to follow it up. There's just anyways, we're just gonna kind of continue with the boring. There we go.
Picked the wrong test.
Alright. All those obtained. I wonder. Okay, whatever. Don't care. Not quite what I wanted to do. That's not the right button. Official. So off stream, I've been doing a lot of grinding. Oh yeah, I need to do that. Okay. Have enough. Fuck. Down this resin and just buy transient resin from the granite pot. Oh, good. It pyro infused. uh... Stain mask, damage mask. I need the mask material. What do I need? I'm very close to getting the catch. I just need to get one more of these, 3 more of these, and I can start working on the refinement material. I think I've already got 1 refinement material. Yep, got 1 already. Forgot about fishing, not gonna lie. Fishing's not really that exciting. It's like, whoa. Riveting gameplay. Like, while it exists, yeah. It's neat. It's neat to have fishing in any RPG. Because it adds just that little bit of realism depth. Why wouldn't you be able to fish in a game like this? That's pretty much what it is. But, whatever. Fishing isn't that rewarding. I mean, it never was supposed to be. It's another mechanic to grind out, that way it can get one of the best 4-star weapons in the game. I mean, it's become the best when 2.1 was released and we got the catch. It was the best in slot 4-star weapon for many characters. Like Raiden Shogun and Xiangling are the 2 that are coming to mind immediately. They heavily rely on their bursts. So I can have easier access to my fucking hell. Yeah, but it's still only the catch and nothing. Yeah. Now, if there are certain collectible items that you could get, or be able... Here we go. If we were able to get multiple multiple of the weapon. So, like, for me, I'd love to have a second catch. I'd love to have a second one of those. That way I don't have to worry about switching between Raiden Shogun and Xiangling. You know, I want one for each. That way it's just easier to deal with. If MiHoYo allowed us to get multiple copies of this of the catch, it'd be fine. Fishing would actually be worth it. But once you're done getting the catch and all the different types of fishing poles, what's the point of fishing then afterwards? A few primo gems after catching 400 of the little bastards? Yeah. there ain't much going for it. Anyways. Fuck running. I have now become Sayu the Taniki. It's not Sonic the Hedgehog, nah. Sayu the Tanuki. Wait, what do you mean? Yes, I have Shao. Guess what he's not? Built optimally. I've got a pretty decent build on him, especially if I kind of do... If I put my original weapon that I had for him, Prototype Star Glitter, you'll just see holy energy recharge. I don't have to worry about having a second Animo user in the same party. This build is just fun. If you want Shao, I recommend saving your primos till about like version 2.4 or 2.5, since they've added this new wish mechanic to have double reruns. We could see a double rerun banner being oh, this is just an exploration thing. I actually use this team comp to go do my mining route, and that takes me a solid like hour of just running around the map and grabbing a bunch of rocks. But shit, what was I thinking? Shao's build, my current Shao build is not that good, and if I kind of incorporated another Animo user like Venti or Sucrose and switched his weapon to the deathmatch here, I should be good. Plus, I need better stats. Meanwhile, Saya here, she's not built. She's just here because she's the fastest on land. 6 of those. Here for fun. Powerful build, the fuck you mean? Oh. My Shao has 50% crit rate with 95 damage. 95% damage. I'm near the 1 to 2 ratio that I need to be at. But I don't have high enough numbers. So while, like, some people who actually decide to build him, they do like probably 30. They have probably about 30,000 per hit. One single 4-star artifact looked kind of funny. You see, here's the thing about that 4-star artifact. Not that. That number and that number. I have crit rate and crit damage. That's all it took for it to be the choice goblet. Because then there's this one. This one. This one. That one's actually not terrible, but doesn't have any crit. But, like, I've got nothing in terms of artifacts that are good. Just headpiece back. 2.5% crit rate isn't that much. It's one roll on a 4-star artifact. Like, it was there. I know I could easily switch. The thing is that, you know, Xiao's not a physical damage build. He's not a defense build. He's not pyro HP. He is attack, but there's no crit there. Okay, Master, I'm not saying anything. Like, he's not good. This is a semi-decent artifact. I got decent rolls on a crit rate. That one's got nothing. Artifacts. We're just gonna continue our day. Anyways, back to fishing. Fish for me? Fucking nope. Coming out to play. Saddened by this discovery. I just want some fish, that way I can do a profit. I can just... My god, these spawns are not kind to me. Yeah. Alright, we're done. Please bite. Bite early, please. Okay. I actually don't need it. As I said, riveting gameplay. How much of the red ones do I need? I need... That's all I need of them. I need 2 more. That's it. That didn't. Spawns are not kind to me today. Only got 1 more koi spot. Expedition rewards, I've seen them, and this is around usually the time that I hop on, and expeditions take about, like, just, I'm aware of my expeditions, don't necessarily care, go take care of them. I'll probably grab my expedition stuff as after I do my dailies, because I still haven't done my dailies. There you go. Oh, brother. Oh, I'm out of water on this one. This out. Plan B, I have a water bottle. But we just right off. And had to get involved. Leave me alone.
Cut down like this.
Have nothing. That's why I want Shao so bad. Yeah, I saw his trailer in 1.3. That's around the time that I really got invested into the game. I saw Xiao's trailer. It's like, want him. Fucking, I rolled on the banner and I pulled Jean. So I lost the 50-50. Pulled Jean. And like 20 pulls later, not even 20 pulls, my lucky ass pulled Xiao. My sister fucking saw me pull him, and I went, and she's been hating on me ever since then. One? I need two. I need two of these golden bastards. Jean is neat. I need to get good artifacts on her. That's all she needs right now. Is artifacts. Because I've got her talents leveled up to 888. She's leveled up to level 80. She's got a level 90 weapon on her. I just need artifacts. And I'm slowly but surely getting to that point of doing artifact grinding. And another one. I'm slowly getting to the point to be able to artifact grind. Because honestly, I'd rather get a whole, like, boatload of artifacts and sift through them, which ones are good, which ones are bad, and put them onto different characters. Just like when Kokomi built no artifacts, waiting for a new set. Yeah. I kind of wish I did. I kind of wish that I did pull on Kokomi's banner, but I'm not exactly looking for another healer. I don't want another healer, but Kokomi does make things really easy. I can definitely tell where her power level sits, and she's just, like, she's good. She's not the best character around, but I'd say it best on-field healer. If you need a lot of health fast, she's your best bet to go. Especially if you know how to build her. I wonder, how does Fenty do against the Nobushi? I kept him on.
Let me try. Cut down like this. Cheap tricks.
Why did you do that?
Finally,
That was terrible. Ow!
You win this.
No. Thing I did forget to do. Okay. Now I can take advantage of her artifact set. Not worth this number.
To the ferry.
Ugh. Alright. Y'all are gonna give me a moment. I'll have to go AFK for a second. I'm back. Okay. Back to buttons. I'm a gamer, but I still don't know what buttons to press. How amusing. Okay. It's an escort. Hate this type. Die trash. That was terrible placement. Oh, come on. Useless linguistic. Has the same. Could be inspiration behind the name. Oh, it's a pyro mage. Yeah, we're gonna... position correctly, and we hit everyone at least once. All right. Actually, I don't think so. It's just you're like a prince. Like that's why I say it could be inspiration behind making his name scene show. I love it when it gives me a daily commission that where I have to walk long. The inconvenience is very high. Of course, I wasn't paying attention. You saw nothing. I totally didn't just pick up that mint thinking it was a regular mint. I was totally aware of the fact that that was a just your regular. I can't stop on that.
You win this battle.
Very soon, hopefully within the next couple days or so, I'll be looking to put this beautiful thing on him. Now, just completely obliterate the damage that or not even obliterate, but just get good numbers. I don't have that. My goal is to have one of each sword. But, one of each, every weapon. I have a lot of good weapons. I mean, I've got a couple of serpent spines. I plan on building them, at least one of them for Noelle. I plan to switch D-Luke onto the Blackcliff Slasher because if you just take a peek at his stats, he is that close. So close to being at the perfect crit rate, crit damage ratio. Like, I've actually got a decent build on him. So if we can get this slasher onto him, it will be good. I initially got the serpent spine for that reason, but then I saw the slasher in the shop, so now I'm stuck in a pickle of whether or not I want to refine one of these, or refine this, and put it onto Noelle, or try and find another character that would benefit greatly, like maybe Beto, but I don't know. I'm just not confident in the damage numbers that I have on multiple characters. I feel I could be so much better considering what I've seen other people achieve. But I'm literally just that far off of being where they're at. And it's really just all down to having an artifact grind. And, we're not gonna talk about art. It's already bad enough that I'm talent level. I'm doing talent domains and weapon domains. Almost on a daily, like, God. About Spiral Abyss. Are you planning to do it? Spiral Abyss, it's one of those things where I would definitely want to do Spiral Abyss, but I want to give myself like a fighting chance right off the rip. But I only have like maybe 5 or 6 characters that I deem good enough to go in. Like, for instance, Diluc, Raiden, or Shao, because they use the same weapon right now for me. Like, I want to have more characters built. 500 Freemo gems. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of the Freemo gems that can be gotten. Currently, right now, I'm fairly content with just building up my resources. I'd rather build up my resources than to, you know, be disappointed or frustrated with getting so close or being so far off of where I thought I could be. You know? And it would all be down to, you know, the character build itself not being as good as it should be. I'm going the wrong direction, but at the same time, I kind of need to go this calculated mistake. It's just one of those things where Spiral Abyss, for me, isn't worth the frustration to try and go for it. No. Maybe within the next couple of updates, once I finally get done with building all of the characters that I want to build, get some decent artifact sets on them. Once I get to that point, I'll probably, well, not even probably, I'll most likely just go ahead and run through Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss right now for me, I've got 8-3. I've got pretty much somewhat of the bare minimum done. Even then, I don't think I have full. I don't think I've fully like 6-star clear, or not 6-star, but 3-star cleared it. Or I don't know, 9-star. I don't know. Don't care. It's just one of those things. It's not really worth my time or frustration to do Spiral Abyss until I have, you know, sufficiently built characters. I've been enjoying the game with the characters I have now. I've been able to surprise myself with getting consistently good numbers overworld, like, you know, delocating for 20k consistently on a vaporize, or 26k, 27k on a melt. You know, it may not be super high compared to what other people achieved, and like I bet there's been people who are able to consistently achieve probably 35, 40k on a melt reaction, about 30k on a vape. Whatever, I've been having fun on the game, and that's really what it, you know, what this is all about at the end of the day, is just to have fun. So my characters are underpowered, and I recognize that. I don't want to do ones up. Go back up here. There you go. Alright, peace, man. Been fun chatting with you. Gotta find out what we gotta do next. Something that stands out to me is, oh yeah, that's right. Over here. Birds. Wish list. I have an abundance. That's just a whole bunch. That's something I'll do off stream. Honestly, more important to try and more annoying to try and remember it than it's just a pain. Available. Younglings, axe, swap her up. Have in here. Got a few of them, yeah. Bayou. Friend Shogun. I do the stuff. Get. Who do I want? Makes sense then. It's just kind of changes and card. In here. Or do I want Chris, Lisa? Can't wait to. I really want Albedo in the next update. Do a quick count of what I've got for pity and I can get. I'll have Circus up. We're gonna do Lisa's. Chill with. Hey, max load. Do that. All right. Ugh. I've only been live for an hour. I'm gonna teleport here. Yeah. A couple minutes, go AFK. Refill my refreshments, you know. Refresh myself. Popped out the water bottle. Drink out of it. Alright. So, done all the resin. Needed more. What else do I need? What else do I... Oh. Probably heading out. Island. Not till. All right. So. I need. I'm completely blank. Teleported here for a reason, and I need to go to retail. I think once I get it, I think once I get a kind of stop and talk to you, I think I'm gonna go through what I have in my background, because this little thing right back here, something hidden behind my boom arm right here, whole thing. See this big ass plaque with a 1 on it, 2016. At here for a reason. A tapestry all the way back there. Little plaque here. A couple of other trophy plaques. I'll get into those probably here in a moment after I blast through this dialogue. I think I can explain kind of what I do, what these are referencing and whatnot. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. A lot of my friends do know this for sure. But gaming isn't my only hobby, and it was not my first hobby. I've never really been super into games until I was about 9-10 years old. You know, gaming was at the back burner for me before then, because like I was focused on one other hobby. That is the wonderful hobby of RC, radio controlled racing. Radio controlled vehicular racing, or just RC car racing, is what everybody will call it. It sounds ridiculous, but it is truly it's my favorite pastime, to be able to go to a track and truly enjoy the thrill of racing without having to spend a whole lot of money. Though it still does get expensive in the RC world. So I think I should probably introduce to the vehicles that are in my collection that I've got on stream right now. So here we go, guys. Fuck, this is gonna be a little weird to frame. So this here is a 1/10 scale RC sprint cars. It is the Custom Works Outlaw 3. This, when fully built and kitted out up to race spec, which is where I've got it now, this is about $1,200 of fucking fun. Oh, that worked perfectly. But that is one of my more recent additions to my RC collection. I raced down at a track in I raced down at a track that's about an hour away from me. Roseburg Outlaw RC. That's one of the very, very few public oval tracks left in Oregon, and it's the only public dirt oval track in Oregon for RC racing, of course. That's, at least to my knowledge. I live west of the Cascades, so anything beyond the Cascades to my east, I have no clue about. But really, along I-5, there's only one notable oval track, and another and a couple of carpet ovals. One at Northwest Hobbies in Albany. They've got a carpet oval, carpet off-road, carpet on-road. They have a lot of different types of tracks. But it's just one of those, I don't know. But I honestly am stumbling over. That's just one of them. Again, as I said, it's one of my more recent acquisitions, and it's fun. RC sprint cars are fun, but honestly, they can get a little too quick at times, especially in the Outlaw class or the open class. That's where there's no regulation there's no limit to what motor you put in it. There is regulation, but not necessarily a limit. So, what I mean by that, you can have a 5-turn motor, which is really fast, or a 10-turn motor, which is moderately fast, and it'd still be viable. Sister's in the room. I pay attention to a bunch of shit at the same time. But, in the open classes for the sprint cars, they're just they're a big handful, especially if you don't necessarily have the right setup or really the right chassis. But in relation to that sprint car, I did two race events with it. Or that car's seen 3 race events with me driving it. 2 of them I was in the stock category, which is a spec motor, spec tire category. The 3rd time I ran it, I didn't necessarily have the spec tires to run in the stock class, so I just threw the biggest motor I have in it. And yes, I do have the skill to be able to hold on to some of the hardest to drive RC cars out there. No. Or by principle, some of the hardest. If you set up your car fucking weird and to be undrivable, of course it's going to be undrivable and weird. I'm not going to be content with driving a car that's not properly set up. But I can hold on to some pretty big motors in the cars that I drive. But that's my 110 scale RC Sprint car. Now I think we should mention on to probably one of my more favorite little vehicles here. This thing is the Kyosho Mini Z Buggy. It is a 1/27th scale RC off-road four-wheel drive buggy that is just an absolute blast to drive. I've got a couple upgrades on it. It's got a faster motor, some decently good batteries to, you know, make sure it runs quickly in a 5 to 10 minute run. You know, so it's got a good motor, good batteries. Otherwise, the rest of the car, aside from the tires, is stock, or you can get it from Kyosho. The wheel and tires are PN Racing. I've got Type Z tires on it. Like this car, I've got it set up great for the little track that we do build in my garage. My dad and I have a big enough garage where we can build a proper track. Check out Dave's RC Lab on Facebook. My dad does a lot of posting on there, and I will occasionally post as Dave's RC Lab as well because I am a admin. But hey, back to the subject. But we build this little track for these 1/27th scale buggies, and it's a blast. And these cars, they're by no means slow for their scale. Like, they are decently quick. So let's see, let's kind of address a few other things that are over here. iFixit toolkit that I got out of a giveaway from GamerMeld. Thank you, buddy. It's just the essentials toolkit. It's useful sometimes. It's most useful for when I have to work on this little thing, but it's not my main toolkit for it. Let's see, this here is a hat from a now long gone local hobby shop. Cosgrove Yamaha and RC. It was my local hobby shop within about 30 minutes of a drive. And it was a lot of fun racing there. And this is about the last usable item that I have of the track, and like looking at the whole situation on how all the events unfolded. I'm just saddened and a little bit disappointed. All right.
Brace yourself.
Next thing I think I should also mention or talk about now is Gotta take care of this guy first. It is the big ass plaque with the first place position on it.
I dare you! I've been bested.
That is a trophy from a points series that I raced in. That was held at said local hobby shop. And for that event, for that series, I participated in the 17.5 tool drive stock buggy class. And it was my last year in stock buggy. I was able to win the overall points standings, and I did fairly well. That's all there really is there to it. I think during that season, I also was able to obtain the nickname for about any track I go to, or anybody that is a racer in the southern, in the Pacific North, not necessarily Pacific Northwest, but like between the South Willamette Valley and Roseburg, I've accrued the nickname of Hot Lap. Because for the longest time, that's all I could do. I could hit the fastest lap out of anyone in the building. It didn't matter what car I had, really. I hit the fastest lap. And on one certain layout, the lap times were... The lap times on this layout, they ended up being in the high 12-second range. But starting out at about a half a second there, and I was the first person to set a time, like, at the end of the day, with my tool drive stock buggy, I was the fastest driver in a single lap. That's the key word, though. It was a single lap. So, I mean, that's like the most notable thing from that season. Oh, also, I'd say the points finish on top of it. The points finish that I had, it was a points battle between myself and 3 other drivers. I gotta take care of this little prick. Oh, there you are. Why? Drop this chick as fast as possible. Ooh, that was a bad hiccup. But the points finish of that year, it came down to the last race, and all I had to do was run a clean race, and that's what I did. Ran a fairly clean race through it the entire day, and was able to win the overall of the day. As what I didn't realize is that I had only won by 2. one other driver who didn't come in and do as many races as I did. He was still able to close the deficit and finish within just a few points. I only got that 2-point lead from the bonus 2 points that I got from attending every single race in the on the schedule. So that's kind of the story behind this one. Now, see, this one right here, it's a trophy that I won with my sprint car. That was the 3rd annual Barn Bash at Roseburg. And see, I ended up coming just shy after a pretty good day. That was the first time, I think, was it? Yeah, that was the first time I drove my sprint car. I had just gotten it freshened up, got it looking good, driving good, and, you know, was able to race it. I ended up finishing 1st in the first main and 3rd in the second one, which got me enough points in the overall to get 2nd overall. Got really unlucky with traffic on the second main, or just the people that finished in front of me were just that little bit faster and I couldn't catch up to them. I can't remember. It was a combination of the two, most likely. But yeah. Then last but not least is this tiny little one up here, this Oregon RC Oval Speed Weekend Champion. It was November 9th and 10th. That was a weekend where we had a bunch of guys from Skagit, Washington come down to Southern Oregon and do some racing and come down for a 3rd anniversary for pretty close to the anniversary weekend, where we were about a month away from it. But, you know, these guys came down and we said, fuck it, let's do a speed weekend between the 2 oval tracks in Oregon, between Roseburg and Cottage Grove. We held the first night at Cottage Grove and it was a stacked field. I was in the 13.5 Buggy late model class. It was a somewhat spec chassis. I mean, you just made sure that you had a two-wheel drive Buggy chassis with a 13.5 turn motor and a certified late model body, and boom, you have the correct car for the class. I ended up winning the first night, the first overall of the night in Cottage Grove. See, that field, I'd say, was insanely stacked. The drivers I was going up against were one of them I've had a pretty long standing on track rivalry with, because we're both equally as fast. Over the years I've been able to edge him out. But yeah, he was one of my bigger threats of that night, as well as his dad. They were both just as fast. We were all around the same pace. The only thing I had on them was the fact that I'd had my car tuned and I'd been driving it for a pretty long time, so I knew exactly how the car was going to behave throughout the night. But they're fast and they can figure out the setup of their cars pretty quickly. I was able to hold them off for the night and win at Cottage Grove. So then the following morning, we go down to Roseburg then to finish off the speed weekend. And much to my delight, my main competition for that day weren't going to be running their late models. So I was really the fastest late model out of all of them, out of all the drivers that were remaining, because most of them were out of towners. They weren't track locals, and from the first day of racing at Cottage Grove, they didn't prove to be that fast. So yeah, that was that one. That's that trophy. Kind of explained. Anyways, I think we should go do this. Go to Sausage Shrine. Continue westward towards this domain. This way to that speck and this is quite the journey to head out here. Hold this. Got a map on my second screen. Yeah. I still have water in my cup. I drink out of the bottle. Oh, those are the new chests. I don't even get sigils for it. What the fuck? Boink. Where every other island, all the loot from. Ow. Hi, trash. Hi, trash. Sarah. Take care. Second. Oh no. Press one. Other level. Right. That was easy. Sorry, I'm not seeing chat at the moment. Just kinda got a secondary map pulled up on. Able to. Alright. Precious chest. Alright, I think I'm going to run this domain And then probably been a little exhausted. Oh, train. Could have picked third character. Fuck. I'm definitely feeling the exhaustion. Okay, then. Ass. Okay, this is getting a little hairy. Come on. God damn, they're tanky. That's the finish. Fucking hell. That was much more difficult than I was anticipating. But we got it done. Holy cow. So, it's kind of surreal to think that I would be able to be at this point. At any... like, at all. With being able to... having my phone as a webcam, making my own face, no. Having a nice desk with a good setup, nice keyboard. Oh, I didn't think I would ever get to the where I currently am. I didn't think that at 18 I would be able to, that I would have this stuff. If you said 2 years ago that I was going to have a PC, a setup like this, I would have gone, that's highly unlikely, but my ambitions are high. They were. 2 years ago they were, and I was actually for a job then. Here I am, 2 years later, still without a job, and gotten to meet some pretty good friends on the way. To my friends, Sonic and Chris, I hope you both are doing well. I truly thank you giving me this opportunity. This opportunity to get into PC gaming, to be just straight up given a full PC without any caveats, nothing from them in return other than friendship. I truly am thankful for it. I want to thank my audience, whether you watch this live or you watch this after the fact as a VOD. I want to thank you guys for being there for me, for coming on to stream and either chatting or coming into the comment section in my videos. I truly thank everyone for the opportunity that everyone has given me and the enjoyment that I've gotten out of doing this kind of stuff. Making my Grand Theft Auto 5 racing video. You know, live streaming on a full PC. Thank you all. Well, that's all I have to say. That's all I have for today, guys. I'm getting a little exhausted. My vocals are getting a little strained. I'm having to drink water more and more often because I'm not used to talking for as much as I have. Especially not like publicly like this. So yeah, that's all I have for today. If you did like the stream, please hit the like button. It does mean a whole lot to me. Every like that I see on any of my videos, it just gives me the encouragement to continue posting or going. So hitting the like button would definitely be appreciated. And also hitting that big red button down at the bottom. Hitting the subscribe button. If you want to see more live streams, more videos, whenever I get to doing videos. Yeah, hit subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Maybe here in the near future I start on a different game. A couple of different games coming to mind, like Halo, doing the Master Chief Collection. Maybe some SnowRunner. Pull out my wheel and kind of bullshit and chat for a while. Maybe Borderlands 2. I've got that game and it's been a wonderful game to play with my buddies. But yeah, I think that's all. Oh, one more thing. Hit the notification bell, that way you get notified. If you go ahead and subscribe, just hitting that notification bell will just give you the notification that I go live or put out a video. I'm hoping in the near future I can showcase some more RC stuff, more IRL content, but don't know if I'm that comfortable in public. I'm fine with being in my room and being in my little hobbit hole live stream. But yeah, with that out of the way, hope you all did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. See ya.